Welcome back, everyone. Dirch here, and today I'm talking about Maliwan guns. Now, Maliwan guns got some new mechanics in this game, and they're all dual element, which is very, very cool. On the Xbox controller we played on, you'd press the down arrow to switch your firing mode, which really increases your loadout, and that's awesome. But they also have a charge mechanic, so you charge to shoot them. Now, I don't know if the longer you charge, the more powerful it does. Sometimes it seemed I had to do a full charge just to shoot. Now, some guns, like shotguns, I had to charge for every shot. But other ones, like some SMGs, I could charge and I could keep shooting. The problem was, every time I stopped shooting, I had to charge again. The sniper here, you can see I could get off a couple of shots and I had to recharge. In sniping, this is particularly bad. Snipers are my least favorite because you're trying to track on an enemy's head and shoot, and if you're tracking an enemy's head, then you start charging, and then he moves. It gets really hard to hit crits, as you can kind of see there. The dots just killed him, because dots are pretty damn powerful in the early game here. We'll see how they scale. But it was really hard to stay on enemies. Part of it wasn't used to the Xbox controller. I know I usually play on controllers, as you guys see. I'm used to the Steam controller. It is different. But it made it really difficult, and it kind of just brought in a second reload. Now, those of you who really min-max in Borderlands know that mitigating reloads was a huge part of min-maxing. It's a big part of your DPS formula. And when you have to add in this charge every time you shoot these Maliwan guns, it becomes really difficult. And I also realized I was hip firing a lot more with them, because to ADS and then charge, you were just sitting there so vulnerable for long. I felt myself hip firing a lot, which means you're less accurate as well, which hurts your DPS too. You are much more accurate when you ADS than when you hip fire. So it added so many problems. Even like skag piles, you run across this little skag pile and you want to get rid of it and just shoot it and loot it rather than running up to it and punching it. And you can't with Maliwan guns because you got to charge. I mean, you can, it just takes that much longer, and it was super annoying. Now there are skills to mitigate charges, and certain guns I had charged a lot faster than others. But like, even if you're shooting and then you're taking fire and you got to kind of run for cover, then you got to recharge again. Here I'm kind of like hitting this barrel, and yeah, it was kind of just awkward and weird. So I did not love the feel of these. I really did not. And so many of the guns got so much better. Vladov, which I'll cover, just blew me away. Dahl, holy shit, full auto with Dahl. TDR, holy shit, TDR guns were fun. Jacobs still felt like Jacobs, which was awesome. Hyperion, I found some great Hyperion guns I loved. I didn't find a lot of Tor guns, but Maliwan were the ones I kept trying to use, but they just weren't that great, and they just slow down combat. And like I said, just putting that extra kind of almost reload function into the gun every time you want to shoot it, or every time you want to burst shoot it, just really slows down. Just didn't feel great. Now, there were at times, now against this guy it doesn't feel like it, there were times where they totally ripped people down and felt awesome. But other times it just felt like they were barely scratching enemies, and it was hard to tell why. Now, it does look like they all have splash damage, and Amara can reduce charge time and increase splash damage, so there's a chance where she can really make these awesome. But you can see in this SMG, every time I want to start firing, I have to charge it. Now, that charge is only a second, but it's an interruption into combat. And then if I go to another enemy, I have to recharge it before I start shooting again. And it just was not a pleasant experience. I'm going to move my vibrating phone off my desk there. Yeah, so I'm not a fan. Now, I don't know a way to fix this other than... I don't, because I think it's too late to fix this in the game's cycle. If you could shoot without charging, and maybe it just does less damage, and then you charge for more damage, but I don't think the guns that work that way. Maybe part of it is me just not getting enough time with them. Maybe I'm totally wrong here. There is a chance I'm completely wrong. But Every time I tried to shoot a gun without charging it, it would just click, 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 click. I had to charge. And I found that super annoying, just an interruption into combat. I'm just kind of getting repetitive here with this. But, if you could just, shoot without charging and it did less, and then you have an option to charge to do more, of course, then you're just never going to shoot without charging. So I don't know if that's a good solution. I don't know. Maybe with like relics and guardian challenges and other things, it's going to make it a lot better where the charges are a lot faster and they don't really interrupt combat and the DPS is worth it. That is completely possible that'll be like that. But as of now, I just don't see it. Got confused that Zero's an ally there. You can revive allies here, which is totally cool. And they can revive you. I never got footage of them reviving me. I saw it in K6's footage, and that was cool. But yeah, I mean, you can see like the shotgun here. I mean, I was trying to use it at too far of range because these guys are like really badass and they will fuck you up. So I didn't want to get too close to them. And it just didn't really seem to do a whole lot of work on them. The SMG, like I said, is better because once you charge it, you can keep firing. Now this is cool. I got the Storm. And it looks beautiful, people. But the charge on this was so long. So as you can see here on the map, there are a ton of enemies. Now, I really like that, and I'll address that in another video. But the mobs will fuck you up in this. Even at early levels, because there's so many of them. So this Storm, I'm trying to fight this mob with a Storm, but it was taking so long to charge this thing and shoot him that I just kept getting overrun. And you can see here, it's just like, what the hell is happening? And then, like, it doesn't even do anything, and I just pull off my Jacob sniper and wreck a guy. But I died a few times in this fight. And mainly because this Storm was so fucking slow. I kept trying to use it, and here's a perfect example. Dude's behind cover. I just kind of like shot one of the orbs go off. But then all of a sudden this guy got a track on me, and again, watch this. It's terrible. Now these guys are a pain because you can't actually crit them in the head. You got to crit them in that their back spot, and then he just annihilates me. Now he's fire resistant, so I couldn't use the Vladof gun. I tried to use my sniper, but it wasn't even doing shit there. I couldn't do anything, and I just died. Yeah. So you guys get to see that. I mean, you already saw it if you watched the no commentary footage I put out earlier. But yeah, that sniper was so slow that I just got overran by the mob. And it almost felt like those like Borderlands 2 like elephant gun and buffalo rifle and all that stuff, but they would at least one-shot those dudes. So here I go again, another example of you're trying to charge with his head's behind the cover, and if his head pops up, you need to be able to shoot right away. Well, the Molly 1 snipers, you can't do that. So I finally get fed up with it, and I just pull out my Jacob sniper and bouncing all around and pop his head off. And easy peasy. You know, non-legendary sniper, just a Jacob's, I believe this was a Muckamuck. But there you see, just 2 quick shots on his back there, and how easy was that? But with that Storm, it was so freaking hard to do that. Because the stupid way it fires and that charge, it wrecks sniping. And it's really sad because a lot of people's favorite snipers in Borderlands 2 were Snyders. And I don't think it's going to be that way anymore. Now, this is a cool legendary SMG I got. And it kind of shot in a sine wave pattern, as we saw like the wave and some other stuff. I think it was Exotech actually made an SMG that shot like this with the modding stuff. So that's kind of cool if they looked at that. But they did have like the wave and that fire pattern in the game before, so it could just be a coincidence. This thing actually was pretty sweet. I was kind of playing around with it here. I was doing the best, but you could see it wrecked people. I don't know if it had a critical hit bonus, but it seemed to destroy them. I like that it was kind of wide. I was trying to hit like a group of guys together there. Didn't actually work out that great. But whatever. But there they are, a bunch of close in, so I was trying to kill a bunch. I think I got like 2 guys there. I saw a head get go red. So anyways, like that gun was actually pretty cool, but still it's that fact that you have to keep charging it every time you want to shoot it. And that got super, super annoying. And that's just kind of how I feel about the Molly one. And I don't know a good fix for it. And Like I said earlier in the video, this gun's cool too. I just kind of let it play out here so I could summarize my thoughts. But other than really reducing that time, I don't know a great way of fixing this. And maybe that charge time just gets better as you level up and you got skills to reduce it, but it almost seems like you've really got to go on like all Maliwan to use some of these Maliwan guns. And part of it could just be parts too. Hopefully. What was I going to say? There's so many parts on these guns, and there were parts that reduce charge time. So hopefully that is a thing. And that could really help reduce it. But then they're really part dependent, which makes them harder to farm. And I don't know. I just see so many negatives. Like, are you going to have to wear like a Maliwan relic to really use these Maliwan guns? Are you going to have to spec in a charge time on a Mara to really use them and really go all in on Splash to really make that charge worth the penalty you get? Now that going back to that Maliwan SMG is so cool. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel on them right now. They were some of my least favorite guns I used. And that's pretty sad because I quite liked Maliwan guns. It's cool that we have Maliwan shotguns back. Kind of cool. The snipers kind of feel like rail guns. I thought that was pretty interesting. But I like the look of them and so much I like about them. But I don't think I got a pistol to try. I think I saw other people use the pistols and they look like the SMGs. So, but let me know your guys' thoughts on the Maliwan guns. What you think about them. I'm not that hyped about them like I am a lot of other gun types, but like I said, it's early and that could still change. I could be missing things that I'm just, not seeing because I only got a little bit of time with the game. But I've heard a few other people kind of repeat my thoughts here. Or not repeat my thoughts, but obviously I haven't said my thoughts publicly yet. But kind of say the same thoughts I had on them. And yeah. That's it. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing these kind of manufacturer by manufacturer. I don't think I got enough Torg guns to really do them, but I'll try my best with Torg. But overall, I like the way they design the multi-mechanics per gun manufacturer, and they made them feel like it. So I think the design, in theory, is good for Maliwan. Dual elements, awesome. A lot of splash damage is awesome. And, kind of charging for a bigger hit seems cool, but in practice, I don't know. Anyways, if you guys have not yet subscribed, please do so. Leave a like, a comment, a dislike if you disliked it. I think my haters are back because I'm noticing some quick dislikes every day, and I enjoy that. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. So, until next time, let me know which manufacturer you want me to talk about next. I don't really have a specific order for the rest of them, but if you guys overwhelmingly suggest one, I will do that next. But I'm kind of excited to talk about all of them because I really kind of liked the rest of them, and this will be the most negative out of all of them, I promise. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.